everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode on Blitz Sports. Today is a very important episode, hence the business attire. You got the Blitz Sports shirt on and the suit jacket because things are getting important on this episode. The Yankees officially hit rock bottom. You know, they finally won their first series since July 1st. Since July when they beat one of the worst teams in baseball, Kansas City Royals. And they won their series against yet another a bad team in baseball, the Detroit Tigers, managed by A.J. Hinch. So, the first topic I want to get into is what is happening with the Yankees? Because if you date it back to opening day, yeah, there were the holes. Yeah, you had the questions about Donaldson. You had the questions about shortstop. Who was it going to be? Was they going to leg it out with Falefa? Was it going to be Peraza? Or was it going to be Volpe? Turns out it was Volpe. The fans were happy. Second baseman Gleyber Torres, we didn't know what we were going to get out of him. We didn't know if it was going to be a good year, bad year, mixed year. And we've seen quite a few mixed years in a row from Gleyber Torres, and this year has definitely been an upsided year for Gleyber Torres. I mean, he has shown he can hit a lot of home runs without the casual, I go 3 for 4, a strikeout with 1 strikeout, and then the next day I go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. So, you know, we haven't seen those days where it's 1 for 4, 3 strikeouts. But we're seeing, the 1 for 4 days, but now ground ball, double play. The double plays on this Yankees team has been brutal. But let's get back to what I was talking about. You have Anthony Rizzo at first. I've been largely disappointed with Rizzo, and I know he got hurt. I know that whole concussion thing. But he's got to speak up sooner and get that taken care of sooner because, we saw, it really legged out a really bad stint. Which, honestly, that might have hurt the team. If you think about it, there were quite a few big spots where Anthony Rizzo just wasn't there. And apparently we found out he wasn't there mentally, felt hungover after some nights of sleep after games and stuff. That's not good. But he played through it. And listen, I know he's just trying to prove he's tough. He'll take the hit by pitch. But you have to realize it's just not helping the team. In the outfield, yeah, we knew the left fielder. Judge. Well, he was hurt for half of the year. Thank you, Dodger Stadium. That sucks. So that's already one. Stanton, we didn't know. We knew he would definitely start the year, but would he end the year with them? Or was he going to be on the IL? And yeah, he had his stints here this year. And center field, we thought, all right, Bader's the man. We got Dominguez. He'll probably be in Double-A. We'll get back onto that later. Left field, we knew it was an open spot. There were guys Cashman missed. We'll be honest. It was not great effort by him to get a left fielder. So, opening day, I think it was Oswaldo, Aaron Hicks, those guys out there. Not what you want. Catcher, Trevino and Higgy, that's going to stay the same. But I'm sorry, but Higgy's got to go next year. Trevino, I think we've seen the end. Back on that catcher position a lot later. But, just starting pitching-wise, we thought we had the best rotation in baseball. Montas, Sevy, Cortez, Cole, Rodon. What happened? I just don't understand what happened. I don't know what happened in the locker room. I don't know what happened. Just frustrating. At the end of the day, it's honestly just frustrating. We even thought, listen, I love Booney, but it's time. More on that later. But honestly, it's very hard to find the exact point of the Yankees' downfall. Judge, he was on the IL for a good stint. I would say good 2-3 months. But, I'm sorry, but you can't pin that as the downfall of a season. I get it. Judge is your best guy, but you gotta have talent otherwise if you want your salary to be one of the highest payrolls in the MLB. I'm sorry, but if you say, well, Judge was hurt for 2-3 months, then why is Stanton making $27.6 million? Why was Aaron Hicks making 10? Why was Bader making 10? It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Rizzo, he's making what, $13 million a year? Torres making the same. I think. I might be wrong. Sorry, Glaber. Donaldson making what, $30 million a year? Rodon making $30 million a year. $30 million a year. Same with Cole. I don't get it. I just don't understand what's happening. Because, Judge, I know he's such a big part, but you can't say the downfall of the Yankees is when Aaron Judge hit the IL. Yeah, that's when they started losing, but you can't tell me it's Judge's fault that he was injured. And I know that's not what you're trying to tell me, but what you're trying to tell me is when Judge was hurt, that's the downfall. But you can't tell me that's the reason. Because it shouldn't be. That shouldn't be the reason why the Yankees suck this year. It should be the double plays, which is an issue. Pitching sucks. That's been an issue. But you can't tell me guys are making $30 million, but they can't win a series if Judge isn't on the field. I just don't get it. I don't understand at all. It's got to end now, and it's got to stop. And the Yankees, they got to really overhaul this front office. So that leads us to, we're going to go 2 weeks back. Peraza and Pereira are up. They were called up. Well, actually, no. Before that, we'll talk about Aaron Hicks. He was gone. He was cut. Rodon was living on the IL. Cortez went to the IL. Man, I miss you, Nestor. Oh, my God, I was so happy to watch him pitch. And then he's hurt. One good start, and then he's hurt. Sevy, I thought we were going to have a very good Sevy. He was going to get himself a contract next year. That's out of the window. Yeah, the bullpen freaking crumbling. Tommy Kahnle, let's talk about a downfall after the second half of a season. How about that? You know, Nick Ramirez kind of found rock bottom after the second half. Even Wandy's giving up home runs left and right. This whole Yankees team is crumbling, and we're just watching it happen. Let's talk about the trade deadline. Brian Cashman doing absolutely nothing. He just cut Spencer Howard. Well, that's one of your two. What's next? Middleton's gone? I just don't understand. I don't understand, man. Just very disappointing, you know, by the Yankees, and I think they realize that. Let's face it. Cashman knew he screwed up. Fans were starting not to be in the seats. So what does he do? Throws McKinney on the IL, and let me tell you, McKinney is not hurt. I'm telling you that now. McKinney is not hurt. Cashman most likely said, it's sink or swim. You want to swim with us? You go on the IL. You want to sink? You leave us. Honestly, I would have left. He was pretty good. Good lefty bat. But I think Cashman said, you're either going on the IL or you off this team. Greg Allen DFA'd, I loved it. He wasn't playing. Why not let the farm come up? So, what did Booney do? I should say Cashman. I got to give Cashman some credit. They brought up Peraza and Pereira. Oh, my God. Couldn't have gotten any better. Yeah, I know they're both having a little bit of a rough patch. I don't know. I'm happy to see it. They got to see what they got. You know, I think kind of based on the performances of the two other guys that were just called up. Not going to get into that now, as I got a whole bullet point list in front of me. But, you know, I think Cashman said, listen, I screwed up. I got to let the kids play. What does he do? He calls up for their best prospects. I'm not going to reveal the other two, because you should know by now, by the time you're most likely watching this, but why spoil the good stuff? So, happy to see those two up. And I think with a fresh season, with a fresh off season, with a fresh spring training, these two on the opening day roster are going to be pretty scary. Listen, all I can say, the Yankees need an overhaul. And that's why I feel like every guy kind of just needs a fresh start, fresh new season. And this leads me to the next topic of what should the Yankees do at the end of the year? And I gave hints to it before. You gotta overhaul the management. Booney, I love you, dude. I love Aaron Boone. He's gotta go. We've given him too many chances. Joe Girardi led basically the roster he was given to a nice little ALCS. And I feel Booney just, not making the playoffs this year. If the Yankees make the playoffs, whew, what? But honestly, why am I even thinking about that? Because I know it's not going to happen. But, Booney not making the playoffs this year, getting embarrassed by the Astros last year, 2021, they got eliminated in the wild card. Oh boy, was that fun to watch. Garrett Cole getting absolute dogged on by the Boston Red Sox. But, 2020? They got eliminated in the ALDS, I think it was. I think it was the ALCS, yeah. Yeah, it was the ALCS. Because that's when the Rays advanced to the World Series, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or no, did they have to play the Astros? No, they had to play the Astros, I think. But, alright, less about that. But, just not great by Aaron Boone at all. Just hasn't done much. And I think he brings good energy, but I just don't know the knowledge he brings to the table. If you think about it, they got him from ESPN, dude. I don't know. I really don't know what they should do. But they gotta fire Cashman. Hal, apparently I'm hearing Hal never wanted to get thrown into this organization, this franchise, but felt he had to carry the boss's legacy. So that's definitely interesting. But Cashman, he's gotta go. Boone's gotta go. Casey's going to go with Boone. I don't think Sean Casey will return as their hitting coach, and I don't think the Yankees will want him to. All their minor league coaches gone. Dylan Lawson brought them all in with all the analytics. This minor leaguer went on this podcast and said there was a game Dylan Lawson created. And obviously, I don't think Lawson was down there. He might have actually. You have to if you hit the ball harder than 95 miles per hour off the bat, it's a hit. But if you don't, it's not a hit. It just doesn't make sense. Why is everything in this day and age circled with analytics? I bet you if you look in this Braves farm system that continues to bring out amazing prospects, you'd see no analytics. You'd see no hit tracks. You would see no velo. You wouldn't see any of that. It's just pure, did you hit it or did you not? Where'd you hit it? Did you hit the ball the other way? Or did you try to pull it for a home run? We don't even know because we're not going to keep track of that because you don't need to know. It's plain and simple, man. It's plain and simple. Why does the Yankees have to try to think, all right, every team's going to analytics. Why not us? But why us? Why not be different? Why not say, listen, whatever we're doing, it's working, so why change? Honestly, I don't understand. It's not like the Yankees were bringing out bad prospects. They really weren't. Yeah, there was a few duds here and there, but those were born to be duds. So why change? Just why? Because a team that's bringing out terrible prospects are changing? So why? Why us? Sometimes it's confusing to be a Yankee fan, and I'm sure it's just as worse to be a Mets fan. And it's very interesting to be a Yankees fan and not be watching baseball in October. Plain and simple, honestly. It's embarrassing to be a Yankee fan right now because, honestly, as a kid that's watched them for a long time growing up, I don't know what it's like not to have postseason baseball. I don't know what it's like not to, see my team in a playoff bracket. Honestly. So that's where I give Mets fans props. They're used to it. As a Yankee fan, I'm like, come on, there's got to be some way, somehow. Man, it's frustrating. It's a change not having October baseball. So, why don't I bring in my predictions? Coming in, your manager, a clubhouse guy and a guy who's been in the game of baseball for a long time, Nick Swisher. That is who I want the Yankees manager to be, Nick Swisher. You know who I want the pitching coach to be? Andy Pettitte. You know who I want the hitting coach to be? And why don't I state my reasons? I want Swisher to be the manager of the New York Yankees because I think he's a great guy. I think he's been with the Yankees for a long time, and I think he just loves the game of baseball, and I think he knows the game of baseball. Why bring in Pettitte? Well, Pettitte loves being an advisor for the Yankees. Why not make him your pitching coach if he wants to, obviously? I want Andy Pettitte to be our pitching coach. You know who I want our hitting coach to be? Jorge Posada. Plain and simple. Just an amazing Yankee all throughout his career. So why not Andy Pettitte? Why not Jorge Posada? And the general manager calling the shots, running this team. Number 2, Derek Jeter. Number 2, Derek Jeter. Won't be hearing the number 2, but you will be hearing Derek Jeter. I think Jeter, comes in, who had a lot of issues with Brian Cashman and stuff, will say, listen, I'm not going to make the same mistake. You want something? If you can prove why you should, you're getting it. Plain and simple. Sometimes you got to bring in the former MLB player who had to deal with a lot of contract negotiating. Why not bring him in as your general manager? A guy who won't lose a guy on a deal because he makes a stupid mistake about bringing up something they don't like about him. So why should I sign with a team that has so many cons against me? It doesn't make sense. So I want to see the Yankees make the moves they need to make. It's got to be a complete overhaul. There are, high executives that have been on the team since like 1990s. It's terrible. It's 2023. I'm sorry, but World Series are just not that easy anymore for the Yankees because the team is not that good. Just doesn't make sense. And I'm sorry, Stanton. Let's talk about Stanton. He's at the end. Jeter found a way to get rid of him. Why not bring Jeter in and try to get rid of him again? But he's just been terrible. I'm so happy the Yankees cut Josh Donaldson. I mean, in my opinion, it's a bit too late, And on the Talkin' Yanks episode, Booney said, well, we just didn't feel like he had a role. And honestly, that Talkin' Yanks episode with Aaron Boone may be one of the greatest sports episodes I've ever heard of any podcast. It may be one of the greatest, as if you're a Yankee fan. But, the Yankees made the necessary moves, and Harrison Bader was put on waivers 2 days ago. And that means a team can claim him, and congrats to him, he's going to a playoff team, the Cincinnati Reds. So Bader is now on the move. I thought Bader was going to go to the Phillies, but am I happy to see Bader gone? Personally, yes. I never liked Harrison Bader. I liked when they made the trade, but when I just saw him get hurt, I kind of just lost it for him. I just didn't like him the way a lot of other Yankee fans did, to be honest. So, Harrison Bader he's been a little frustrating to watch. So that brings me up to the big thing here. Austin Wells and Jason Dominguez. Welcome to New York. New York. Oh my God, it finally happened. Austin Wells, I have been waiting for this. This guy has maybe one of the best swings I've ever seen. He can hit the ball the other way. He can hit home runs on his pull side. He's an awesome catcher. I love Wells. Might have been one of the best draft picks I've ever seen from Brian Cashman, besides Judge. He's going to be good. He's going to be a scary, good young catcher. He's just really good. I love his move from the Yankees. And then Jason Dominguez, the Martian. I am happy to see him come up in pinstripes. But at the same time, it's like, is he rushed? I don't expect anything from him. My mind is open. He just got called up to AAA. Now you're bringing him up to the Major League club. I don't expect much from him. I want to see a few good hits, but I don't expect much until next season when he's on their opening day roster and in their opening day lineup. I think this is a move from the Yankees to try to keep fans in the seats, which is understandable. But, yeah, I just don't know how much I like it. But I am happy to now watch the Yankees a little bit just to watch Peraza, Volpe, Pereira, Dominguez, Wells. That is 5 guys. And I better see this lineup from the Yankees tomorrow against Justin Verlander and the Astros. Volpe at short, leading the pack. Peraza at third. Pereira in left. Dominguez in center. Judge in right. Torres at second. LeMahieu at first. Wells behind the dish. And your starting pitcher of this historic game for the Yankees, Clarke Schmidt. And I think Clarke Schmidt is going to be a centerpiece of this Yankees rotation come the next few years. I love Clarke Schmidt. So generally, that's really it for this episode. I'm excited to watch the young guys play. I think the Yankees are making the right move. So, cheers to that. Thank you for listening to Blitz Sports. Also, don't forget to check me out on Instagram, Blitz Sports with MJL24. And don't forget to follow me on YouTube and turn on those notifications so you are alerted every time a new episode comes out. Thanks again for listening.